All right, welcome to this meditation on healing the energy around creating some momentum in your life. I'm Molly McCandless. If you're new to my meditation, I'll walk you through every step of looking at and giving a healing and clearing to your momentum space. The past couple of months have been really heavy, and I know most of you have felt it. Now that the planets are starting to all move forward, it's going to be a great time to use this energy to move forward in what we want to create. In this meditation, you will look at your momentum space and clear any energy that's coming between you and you being able to create or access the energy of momentum. When you're done with this healing, you're going to be able to reset this space with some energies that you might want to focus on, giving some attention to, something that maybe you want to add some momentum to be able to expand and help you to move forward. Around April 20th. These planets are going to be aligning. So we're going to feel the momentum. And around April 20th through the rest of this year, it's going to be a little bit wonky. So we're going to feel some slowdown, some momentum. I am not an astrologer. I'll say that very explicitly. I'm not an astrologer, but I listen to astrology forecasts. And so I'm just using the energy of what I have heard and read. But we have this nice few next weeks to really create the space to get some things going. All right. These meditations move a bit quickly. If you can't see what I'm asking you to create in a mental image, you'll still receive the benefits by tuning into this meditation. And then also, if you're new or if you're accustomed to my meditations, excuse me, just be patient while I explain in detail how to create the images for people who may be new to tuning in. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to get our bodies grounded first. So close your eyes, relax, take a couple of deep breaths. Okay, and give me one moment here. If you can have your back straight, your feet flat on the floor, your feet about hips width apart, it just helps to release more energy. If you're laying down, you may fall asleep. All right, sense your body and where you are right now. Where is your energy? How far away from your body is your aura, your energy, because it spreads out throughout the day? And it's more ideal to have it closer in around you. So imagine you can scoop or pull your aura in closer around your body to about 2 to 3 feet. For those of you who have a current grounding cord, release it, let it retract into the center of the planet, and go ahead and create a new one in present time. If you don't know what a grounding cord is, a grounding cord is a line of energy that connects at the base of your spine, which is close to your root chakra. Your root chakra is really where your perineum is. It's between your private parts. But the base of the spine is close enough. You're going to envision a line of energy that plugs into the area near the base of the spine and direct that line of energy in a visual down through the layers of the planet where it plugs into the crystalline core. This is called a grounding cord. A grounding cord is a line of energy that connects your physical body to the planet and your spiritual body to your physical body. A grounding cord, to me, a nice visual is something that's open and hollow like a tube. So imagining that grounding cord is a hollow tube that plugs in at the center of the planet, works with gravity to help release energies that you're choosing to release out of your space. So for some of you, when you make that grounding cord, you might feel a little tug of energy on your body. So the visual of a tube is great because it allows you to release more energy with more ease. So once you have that line of energy, your grounding cord connected at both ends, the base of the spine, the center of the planet, imagine you can expand that tube out to encompass your hips, and it's the similar width in the middle of the planet, where the grounding cord is, as into the center of the planet. And I have a grounding cord attached all the time. I have done this for so many years. I don't even know what it would feel like to not have a grounding cord because I'm always wanting to release or be more connected to the planet. I don't want my energy flow flying out around everywhere. I want it more contained in my body, and so I have access to it. Right? If it's out in space or the astral, you really can't use it in your body when you're out and about doing things. So being grounded in your body is really good for you. At the end of the day or in the morning, you can release it, let it retract into the planet, and then create a new one in present time. So I have a new grounding cord every single day. Okay. I'm going to call out some energies to sense maybe are in your space, and you're going to use the grounding cord with the help of gravity to release the energies out of your body. So if I call out an energy, sense where you might feel it in your body and say hello to it and let gravity pull it out of your body all the way down through the grounding cord into the center of the planet where that energy gets recycled. Let's start by releasing the busyness of your day. You had a busy day, working, running errands. Hey, even if you've been sitting in any kind of anxiety or overthinking, that can be a busy day. That can be a busy headspace day. So wherever your busyness has been, release it out of your body. Tune into your body and where are you holding on to stress? There is so much stress flying around the planet right now. Do you hold any stress in the form of fear or worry? Is it making it harder to breathe? Do you feel like you're compressing or not breathing deeply enough? Are you holding on to it in your stomach, your shoulders? Tune in. Go ahead and release that energy out of your body down the grounding cord. Tune into your throat. That's your throat chakra. Are there any words you did not get to speak today, or maybe you had to speak a lot and there's still a lot of energy held in your throat? Tune in, and whatever needs to release, send it down the grounding cord. So that just flows down through your body, goes into the grounding cord, into the center of the planet. And finally, release any unconscious energy that might have collected up in your space. You can think about it where it's maybe collected up even above your head, anywhere in your body that's maybe in and around your aura. Whatever unconscious energies in your space, send it down the grounding cord. And the unconscious energy could be yours, but it could be the collective. Like there's always energy from other people in our space because we are humans on the planet. So the unconscious energy, unevolved, unconscious, unaware energy, that's what you're releasing. And you might see it in a texture or color. And let me say one more thing is if you're feeling a lot of the energies of the planet again in the form of fear or worry or anxiety or the what ifs, and you're feeling that really intensely, that can be a lot of the unconscious energy, right? Because everybody is basically like off gassing, so to speak. It's coming out of their space. So it collects up like a gas would, a noxious gas. So that when there's a pulse on the planet of a certain energy vibration and you're feeling it, that is probably collected up in your space, and that would be in the form of unconscious energy that you can release. Okay. Uh, Once you release, you need to replenish or you'll be out of balance. So above your head, create the visual of a large, warm, golden sun. And imagine in that sun, there's a giant magnet that when you put your attention on where you left your energy in places and spaces with people and conversations on airplanes and trips, wherever you've been the last few days or couple of weeks, uh, go ahead and have the thought that your energy can be magnetized back into that sun above your head. Only your energy comes back. I like to see my energy come back as a vapor. So if you were a genie going into a genie lamp, imagine that your energy could be a really beautiful color vapor going into the sun above your head. That's your life force energy. If you don't collect it up every once in a while, you will be depleted. Direct it into that sun, bring that sun in through the top of your head. And that then you can imagine that energy as gold filling your body in. So it flows down through your body, fills you in at your toes, fills you up with gold, saturating your cells in your feet, your legs, up through your torso, your cells, your organs, up through to your fingertips, to the top of your head. And that's how you get in present time, grounding, releasing, filling yourself in with your vital life force energy. Okay, keeping your eyes closed. Now you're going to look at healing the energy clairvoyantly on momentum. To look at anything clairvoyantly, you need a place to view it. You need a reading or viewing screen, like you have a computer screen to even view this healing or this meditation. Out in front of your head, about a foot, see if you can create the visual of a white blank screen. It's about a foot in front of your head. It's about a foot wide, a foot tall. Can have a border on it if that feels right to you. And to the base of the screen, you're going to want to add a grounding cord, like another hollow tube. If you don't ground the screen can tend to move around. So you're grounding from the base of the screen all the way down through the planet into the crystalline core that will hold your screen in place. And now to view the energy of momentum, you can envision in the center of your screen a clear bubble with the intention that that clear bubble holds the information of your energy around momentum. And again, as you create the bubble, the intention is that this bubble is going to show you where there is foreign energy and textures or colors that is keeping you from accessing your momentum. So that's the intention. It's around your momentum. So create that bubble and start to look at what shows up. If you see really pretty high bright colors, you can leave those in there. That would be energy of where you have access to your momentum. But any heavier textures or colors, that's the energy interfering with you having access to your momentum. So in order to release that energy, you're going to connect, again, a grounding cord, a hollow tube to the base of the bubble. And that grounding cord plugs into the crystalline core of the planet, the center of the planet. So with some neutrality, say hello to those textures and colors that you know don't belong, and start to release them down the grounding cord on the bubble by just saying hello to them. I see you. You need to release. This is the first release, so just send it down the grounding cord, watch it flow out. And again, a lot of this foreign energy that's showing up in textures or colors can be some fears or worries. It could be from just where a lot of people have been really stuck from the beginning of the year because the planets have just been doing some funky stuff. And so it doesn't mean that you've done anything wrong or that you created this. Foreign energy can collect in any space. I'm going to call out some specific energies to look for. So if that shows up as a representation in a texture or color, you show it the grounding cord. The first energy to look for in your bubble and release is resistance. Do you see any energy in the form of resistance to moving forward? Is it showing up in this bubble? Be kind to yourself. If there's a lot of resistance, go ahead and say hello to that energy and watch it flow out of the bubble all the way down the grounding cord where it gets recycled in the center of the planet. You know, the resistance is I think that's a really good thing to look for. Kind of like if you start to go into resistance even after this meditation, you know, repeat this process because we are being called to change and vibrate differently on the planet right now. And that can really create some resistance. And the reason why I'm driving this one home is because the resistance could be to change, you know, it can be quite profound. So try and stay neutral, breathe, look at it, face it. And the thing is, that's maybe all it takes is to release the resistance to allow you to move forward. Okay. Is there any energy of fatigue in this bubble? A lot of my clients have felt very tired. A lot of people, as these changes are happening to our bodies, as we're having to vibrate higher, they're not sleeping as well. So if you see any energy of fatigue, send it down the grounding cord on the bubble. Okay, the next energy is the energy of fear around moving forward, creating that momentum to really move forward and, you know, achieve goals, get the momentum going to make changes in your life, whatever that is to you. If you see any fear, release it. Okay, and I know this goes pretty fast. I'm going to go ahead and suggest another energy to look for, and that is the energy of uncertainty. And that could be uncertainty about how to, it's not necessarily how to access your momentum. It's like if you do access it, where do you direct it? Like, how are you moving forward with that momentum? Is there confusion about where you want to move forward, you know, opening up doors or again having that courage to maybe take a next step? So any energy of uncertainty about what to do with this momentum or where to direct it, release that out of the bubble. Okay, the next energy is any energy blocking you from being able to access your momentum. Your whole bubble might show up in a dark texture or color. You could always ask, what is that block? And then you just listen and intuit what it is. Whether you hear what it is, it's enough, even if you can't see it, but you sense that there's something blocking this momentum or from you accessing your momentum, just send it down the grounding cord. Remember, you're really powerful in this space. So all you have to do is just say you don't belong. You have no permission to be here. You have to release the energy. I mean, you tell the energy you have to release because I'm commanding you to. This is my space. And when you look at the block, sense if there's someone in there. Is there a specific person who is trying to come in between you and you accessing your momentum? Don't know who would actually want to stop you, but there could be, competition from someone. It could be a partner. So if you see a person in there, you can always ask them why they're there, tell them they're not allowed, and then send them down the grounding cord. It doesn't hurt them, it just clears their energy. So if you see a person, make sure you clear them out. Okay. The next energy is effort. Uh, know that you can use, energy tools to help you create. So it's not just about creating in the physical body, the momentum, like, oh, let me just use my physical body to power through something. Remember, you can use the momentum in energy tools like we're doing to create a space to get the momentum flowing into different areas. So then you're like effort is pushing. Using tools is co-creating. So it's much easier to create energetically and then use some of the physical body to get that momentum going and flow into the areas where you want to create. So if you see a lot of energy of effort, release it. Okay, one more before I give you a moment to look in your own space for anything else. This last energy is look for any energy that doesn't allow you to create boundaries. So, if you don't have good boundaries with people, they can get, kind of up in your space and suck some of your energy. You might feel depleted. And when you're depleted, it's hard to keep momentum going, right? So, this year, 2026, is also about, manifesting. It's about spiritual growth. It's about boundaries, amongst other things. So, being able to have healthy boundaries so that you can keep creating your momentum to move forward and create in your life. So if there's any energy that's showing up about not being able to have boundaries, creates healthy boundaries in your momentum space, go ahead and release that energy. Okay, and I'll give you about 60 seconds, so a minute to look in your bubble for anything that you know of, or you can ask what energy is specific to you individually that is keeping you from accessing or having, the access to your momentum space. So I'll go ahead and give you a minute to look in this bubble for yourself. Go ahead and finish up. So if there's anything else remaining in this bubble, see if you can release it so that it's mostly clear, or if you saw high bright colors, it's okay to leave them in that space. And what we're going to do now is we're going to replenish this space. And to do that, because we want to raise the vibration up higher, but this is where you kind of get to reset it for yourself. So on your screen where you see the bubble, above the bubble on your screen, create a large warm golden sun and a visual. And into this sun, you can add, some goals, some postulates, some energies that you want to help you to keep this momentum going. They could go in as words written in gold, as thoughts, as postulates. So what I mean here is like if you're replenishing this with your ability to access your momentum and you want to flow some of that into specific projects, and the projects could be something you're creating with work, health, vitality, a workout routine, anything that you feel like you have not had momentum in. I'm going to give you a moment here to add the ideas of the visual of, say, whether it's health and vitality, whatever the words, the pictures are, the images that you want to add into that sun, go ahead and add those into the sun now. Give you a little more time if you've got a lot of projects or things you're trying to direct momentum to. You can add some specific energies into that too. You could add vitality, courage, fearlessness, certainty, validation, validating yourself for being able to direct that energy. Again, you could just even add the energy of momentum into that sun. And remember, you can do this again. You can do it as often as you would like to keep that energy going. Okay. Imagine now that you can bring that sun in through the top of the bubble and saturate that bubble. Let it fill to the edges with gold and all those pictures and postulates. That's raising the vibration. Really, really good job. And again, because we're going to feel this forward momentum, and there's a lot to the astrology, and this is not an astrology meditation, but know that the energy will be wonky. So if you start to feel as the month goes along, or different parts of this year where you feel frustrated, or there you just can't get the momentum going, You could even repeat this meditation, and you could look at that energy specifically for an area that maybe it's a job opportunity you've been trying to create. You can go back and look for specifics. Okay. We don't want to leave visuals of any kind of energy we've been working on the screen. So to the right of your bubble, create the visual of a larger gold bubble to the right. Slide the bubble you're working on for your momentum, slide that into the big gold bubble and visualize a pin and pop it. And all that does is disperse or transmute the energy into a billion little pieces of gold dust. Okay, great job. Now you will replenish your own body and aura with some higher vibrations. So above your head, create an additional golden sun. So one more golden sun. And this is where you get to fill this sun in with energies that you want to vibrate at for yourself. And I'll repeat this like I do in the meditations. Whatever you set your energy at in a golden sun above your head, that energy is where you start to match in your physical body, and it matches into your aura out into your chakras, out into your aura. And that's what the world feels when you're out and about, or even through electronic communication. You want to set your energy high. This is how you do it. So in that sun above your head, think about some energies that you want for yourself to vibrate at. And maybe it is momentum. How about some joy? Creativity, boundaries, freedom. You could see these as words written in gold or as postulates or ideas. Again, gratitude, ease and flow, synchronicity, creating. Maybe I already said that. Anything that you want to add in there into that sun that's high vibrational that you want to vibrate at, because it will be vibrating in your body out into the world. And those are the energies you're going to attract back. So make them high and bright. Then bring that sun in through the top of your head. Saturate all of your cells and organs from the tips of your toes, your legs, your torso, down to your fingertips to the top of your head. And this is a really good practice just to get into the habit of just grounding, releasing, replenishing with your vital life force energy in a golden sun every day, and then create one more golden sun and put some energies that you want to vibrate at for the day, and then fill that golden sun up and fill yourself in. And this is like I don't ever go out or start my day without at least having grounded, released, replenished, and then set my energy in a golden sun. It doesn't have to take long. You could do it in a couple of minutes, or you can take longer in the release, but it's really important to set the energy for your day. Okay. When you are ready, take a couple of deep breaths and come out of trance. Thanks for tuning in.